Listen, comfort has never built anything worth respecting. Not strength, not discipline, not confidence. Comfort is where excuses live. Comfort is where weakness hides. Comfort is where potential goes to die quietly. And here's the lie people tell themselves every day. I'll push harder when I feel ready. I'll go all in when life slows down. I'll get uncomfortable later. Later never comes. Because comfort doesn't prepare you for strength. Comfort trains you to avoid resistance. You don't get strong when things are easy. You get strong when things demand more than you want to give. And you give it anyway. The gym exists for this exact reason. The iron doesn't care about your mood. It doesn't care about your stress. It doesn't care how comfortable you'd rather be. It only responds to pressure. And the moment you step under that weight, comfort is gone. Now it's just you and effort. Most people turn back at that point. They call it self-care. They call it balance. They call it listening to their body. What they're really doing is protecting weakness. Because here's the truth. If comfort is in control, strength never will be. So if you're serious about change, not emotional, not inspired, not hyped, but disciplined, then get ready. Because today, comfort gets fired. Comfort draws to you, and why comfort feels good. That's the problem. Comfort tells you to rest early. Comfort tells you to lower the weight. Comfort tells you tomorrow is better than today. And comfort always sounds reasonable. That's why it wins so often. But understand this: comfort never makes you capable. It makes you fragile. The more you avoid discomfort, the less you can handle. The less you can handle, the faster you break under pressure. Strength, real strength, requires exposure to resistance, heavy resistance, repeated resistance, uncomfortable resistance. That's how muscle grows. That's how discipline forms. That's how confidence becomes real. If you only train when it feels good, you're not training strength. You're training convenience. And convenience collapses the moment life gets hard. People negotiate with themselves all day. One more set tomorrow. I'll go lighter today. I've done enough. The iron doesn't negotiate. It doesn't care about your internal debate. It doesn't care about your reasons. It doesn't care about your comfort zone. It only cares whether you can move it or not. That's why the gym is honest. Every rep is a question. Every set is a decision. Stay comfortable or get stronger. And every time you choose discomfort, the iron teaches you something critical. You can handle more than you think. That lesson transfers everywhere. Discomfort is teach tare ing, burning lungs, shaking legs, hands slipping on the bar. That's not a problem. That's the training. Discomfort is not a signal to stop. It's the signal you're doing it right. Weak people avoid discomfort. Strong people seek it strategically, consistently, intelligently. Not reckless, not stupid, deliberate discomfort. Because every time you stay calm under physical stress, your mind adapts. You become harder to shake, harder to break, harder to intimidate. And that mindset doesn't stay in the gym. Let's be honest. Comfort doesn't just slow progress. It manufactures excuses. I'm too tired. I had a long day. I deserve a break. Deserve has nothing to do with results. Results care about actions. And excuses feel valid until you realize they're costing you everything you say you want. The disciplined person doesn't ask, how do I feel? They ask, what needs to be done? Then they do as TR on POPLA levy UNCUMFR TBLY. Strong people are not extreme, they're consistent. They don't chase comfort, they tolerate it less. They wake up early. They train when tired. They finish when quitting would be easier. Not because they enjoy suffering, but because they understand the trade. Comfort now or strength later. They choose strength every time. To discipline isn't motivation. It's not emotion. It's not hype. It's a pattern. Do the hard thing, even when you don't want to. Especially when you don't want it. That pattern hardens into identity. And once discipline becomes identity, you stop negotiating. You just execute. Fiery comfort. Here's the truth, simple and final. If you stay comfortable, you stay weak. If you avoid resistance, you avoid growth. If you keep choosing easy, life will crush you when it gets hard, so make the decision. Fire comfort, embrace resistance. Seek difficulty under the iron. In your routine, in your life, start now. No excuses, no comfort. Execute. You don't get strong by being comfortable. You get strong by choosing discipline when comfort begs you to quit.